it's taken me a few days, but I have finally managed to clear the bed that I started over here. I've got rid of all the ivy, I've got rid of all the weeds, I've dug as best I can, got rid of a load of thistles and all sorts. I will show you that in a minute. It actually looks a lot bigger than it did when the plants were in there. So it's now fairly level, and it's ready for a raised bed to go in there for me to then start planting out my fruit. As I was digging, I was kind of expecting, as you usually do, to find some rather strange stuff. I don't know if you know, but when we lived in our previous place, when I was sorting that out, I found some very interesting things in the garden. I found a disposable nappy in one of the trees. I didn't have children at the time, and the guy who lived where we lived didn't have children either, so how long that had been in there for, I have no idea. Also found a pot of mustard in the grass, but the weirdest thing that I found was an adult movie, shall we say, that you can only buy in special shops, not that I know, and that was in the conifer trees as well. So needless to say, I didn't watch it. I put it straight in the bin, but I doubt very much if anything will compare with that. But so far in this garden, whilst digging up this bed, I have found a little something slightly strange, and I'm going to show you. First of all, I found a metal pole. It's a metal pole, you know, you wouldn't think anything of that. So that's not really weird, but what is weird is that, or slightly strange, is I found 4 weights, okay, for weightlifting. Now, I'm quite a strong soul. I found 2 this size. I don't know what weight they are, but they are quite heavy. 2 of those, oops, and then 2 smaller ones that size. So whether they went on that pole, because they were all together, 2 of those. So I will be taking those down to the tip because they are all rusty and disgusting, and I don't need to do weightlifting because I bell ring and I do gardening. So let me just show you what this area looks like now. So as you can see, there is the bed as it is now. I've dug up all of those, all the plants, all the weeds, they've all come out. So this is the bed as it is. Now, the soil in here is actually not bad at all. Some bits of it were very clayey, but other bits of it, the fork would just go in just absolutely beautifully. It was amazing. I've still got a few weeds in here, but I think these last few weeds, roots, have come from the trees that are still on the other side of the fence. So over the course of the years, and every time I dig it, I will gradually remove them. They're not going to shoot if they're from the conifer trees, so they will just sort of gradually die back. Now, there was an awful lot of conifer pines, especially along the back, but they've actually made a nice sort of mulch, and they've gone down and they've helped break up any clay bits of the soil. Now, because I can't put this raised bed in quite yet, the trees have to come down first before all the raised beds go in. I'm going to temporarily move the greenhouses over here and just their frames, just because I need them out of the way. So that will be my job now. So as you can see, what I've actually done is I've now moved the greenhouse frames over to the bed I've just cleared. I've put all the staging in them as well. Now this obviously isn't the place that they're going to stay, but they can't go to their final destination, which is going to be over here, because obviously the trees need to come down first. But this is a good space for them to be for the time being. It just opens up some more of this grass, so it's a bit like doing a Sudoku puzzle. That's how I feel at the moment, is you do a little bit here and then you can do a little bit over there, and in the end you'll get there, but it takes a lot of shifting about and moving around. So the next job that I'm going to do now is over in the diagonal corner, which actually is underneath the office stroke man cave stroke spare bedroom. And that's full of ivy and all sorts of other plants, and that will be my herb patch, because it's very close to the back door, so I can, when I'm cooking, I can pop out and I can get some herbs and then go back in again. So that is the plan. So let me show you what that bed looks like at the moment. Right, so this is the bed that I'm going to tackle next. As you can see, there's verbena in there, all sorts of grasses, and there's some little saplings and some weeds, some stinging nettles. There's actually some chives in here as well, and there's again a lot of ivy. So this is my next job, but I'm not going to start it now because it's actually getting quite late. I will start that at another time. Well, that's just a short update on how everything's getting on. I hope you found that useful. The pieces of the puzzle are slowly beginning to take shape, but it's going to take a long time. But I do hope that you join me as I keep going. Well, I hope you found that useful, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye-bye.